Lord, thanksgiving be evermore and thine. O sacrament most holy, O sacrament divine, all praise and all thanksgiving be evermore and thine. O sacrament most holy, O sacrament divine, all praise and all thanksgiving be evermore and thine. A reading from the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians. Thus should one regard us as servants of Christ and stewards of the mystery of God. Now it is of course required of stewards that they be found trustworthy. It does not concern me in the least that I be judged by you or any other human tribune. I do not even pass judgment on myself. I am not conscious of anything against me, but I do not thereby stand acquitted. The one who judges me is the Lord. Therefore, do not make any judgment before the appointed time, until the Lord comes, for he will bring to light what is hidden in darkness, and will manifest the motives of our hearts. And then everyone will receive praise from God. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
St. Paul, as he is writing to the people of Corinth, and tonight we are meditating on this letter, remind the people of Corinth and those who listen that each one of us have been called to be a steward. Now many of you say, what do you mean? By virtue of baptism, we all are called to be sent. And we are called to be sent to bring the good news. And now, in order that we will be faithful to that good news, we have to be trustworthy. Trustworthy of the message. We cannot make that message our own. We cannot make that message different from what the Lord wants. We don't make that message because it's agreeing for us, or it is applying for us, or it is good for us. But we do what we do because we are trustworthy, that the message that God has brought to us through His Son, we are faithful to continue to uphold it. Then St. Paul was very concerned about people who really are saying, he's not an apostle. He's not one of the 12. Why we have to listen to him? We have heard that many times. Preacher, heal yourself. Doctor, heal yourself. How many times, because of my fragility or weakness, many times people say, well, why he does not look at his own? Because I am weak in that area, that means I do not preach it. Because I am weak in some places of my life, that means I have to ignore it. And that's why St. Paul says, I don't care what you say. If I come strong to you, if I am really demanding of you, if I am telling you what to do, because this is the mandatum that I have from the Lord. That I will preach, because in my conscience I have nothing that is bothering me, that I am doing something that is going against the will of God. Although I don't care about your judgment or any tribunal or any other people, I don't feel that I am acquitted. That means I still have a judgment to face. And that judgment is when the Lord called me home, and I have to answer for what He has given me. Remember the parable of the talents? I give you 5, and 5 more is expecting of you. I give you 2, and they expect 2. I give you 1, and you go and hide it, you lousy thing. You cannot put it in the bank so I can bring interest out of it. Take the one he has, and give it to the one who has 5. That's what happened to us. My dear people, the scripture is not there to terrify us, but to bring us to sense and to make us understand that this journey is a journey towards a destination. And we arrive there when God wants us to arrive, and He has a job for us. You as a mother, God is calling you to be the best mother you can be. You are a wife, you be the best wife you can be. The same thing with husband. You as a student, you as a priest, whoever you are, you be the best you can. And then, by that life that you live, and the example you set, you can touch people's life. But does not exempt you from bringing others to Christ. But how can you do it if you are not in Christ? How can you really change people or influence people if Jesus is not really part of your very being? You cannot radiate Him if you are not filled by Him. You cannot give Him unless you received Him. And that's what St. Paul is saying. I have to face a judgment. And the judgment is that I have to surrender to God what God has given me. As He called it in the beginning, servant of Christ and steward of the mystery of God. To teach us that mystery, that mysterium, that God so loved the world, that He gave us His only Son, and whoever believes in Him and live by His message, he will be saved. Then St. Paul said, I have to tell you one thing. A person has to die before he faces judgment. Why are you judging? When you see 1/3 of what really the reality is. Many times, you meet people in the morning, oh, fine! And they're going to the doctor because they find a lump in the breast. That's fine. How do you do? Oh, wonderful. I cannot be better. And they just lost their job. Because we know how to hide. We know how to put that mask. We know how to really be that person that we are not. And because of that, we show that we are really insincere. And that's what St. Paul said. You cannot judge because you don't know the whole picture. Maybe you know half, 3/4, but you are missing. You are missing that 1/4, that you are missing that 1/2. And that 1/2 and 1/4 can show you that the action of the individual is justified or not justified. That's why he said, remember, dear people, for He will bring to light what is hidden in darkness. You think because you did it when you are 16, it's going to be there, forget it. When I appear in front of God, from the time I was born till the time I die, I will see like a video, video of your entire life. And whatever you have done in your life will come in front of you. And that's why St. Paul said, and will manifest the motives of the heart. Because everything we do it because there is a motivation. I collect cards of baseball people because I like baseball. I collect stamps because I like geography. I collect whatever because I love them. And the same thing with us. If you really collect the love of God, which is God Himself being given to you in the person of Jesus Christ, then everyone will receive praise from God. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You see, the Scripture is not something to be afraid of. The Scripture is there to help me, to look into me and remind me of my call. And so if I am a steward, I have to do what I am required of me to do. And that is to be trustworthy. Trustworthy to that voice of Jesus. Trustworthy to the message he brought from heaven. Trustworthy of what my duties are. So that in doing my duty and fulfill my obligation that I have now and at this place, I will fulfill the plan of God. None of us is here because we are here because the hand of God was with us. And he made me to be here, standing in front of you today, the 28th of February, because that was his intention. If God's intention was not that I will be here, 5 minutes ago he will give me a heart attack and kill me. So I will not be here then. You see? Every one of us has a purpose. And my advice to you, a humble advice, is to do the best of what you are called to be. And when you become the best, you are going to send a radiation of love, a radiation of message, a radiation of God around you. And without you know it, you are going to excite others about God. And others who see you happy as a steward of God, they will come to try it. That's the only way we are going to bring people to church, dear people. It's not by saying novenas and prayers, which is good. But what is novena and prayer if it is not coordinated with a lifestyle? St. James said, show me your faith from the works you do. And the people, although they know that we are spiritual people and we love church, they will love us and come to know whom we love most from the actions we perform. May the word of St. Paul be for me and for all those who want to hear a reminder of our baptismal call, that all of us were called to be apostles, stewards, ambassadors of Christ, to be sent to bring only the message of the one who calls us to proclaim